And guess where the stock found support? The stock found support right at the 20 exponential moving average. 20 exponential moving average. Oh, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. Well, this is your boy Francis. Welcome to the Trading Success Show. If this is your first time, guys, you are highly welcome to this channel. Feel free to subscribe if you want, and leave me a message. I will reply to your messages, okay? You can also email me at tradingsuccessshow@gmail.com. Today, what are we doing? We're going to be talking about the market, the SPY, the IWM, and the QQQ, including the futures, what we're expecting in the futures as well. But if I cannot get to all, you can always follow me on Twitter and on my stock tweet. You can see it in the description below. So now that we got this out of the way, we also need to say that this is not a recommendation to buy or to sell any stock. Okay, we are into the phase of entertainment, so we're just entertaining you and showing you where stocks will be going upside or to the downside by looking at the trends. Now, this video is going to be the large cap, large price stocks for the coming week. Okay, the market really did good, but anyways, our stocks, we're gonna be filtering our stocks from Cheetah Flow. Okay, they are really good website you can use to track options in terms of call options, what the big boys are buying, what the small guys are buying, and pretty much that is it. But in this case, I filtered these based on, volume greater than the open interest. Okay, that is why I filtered this. If you see, like Facebook right now, they bought the 311 185 strike at $3 right now, about 3,500, and also the open interest is 3,000. So I look for things like this, okay, in order to gauge where the market is going in terms of the market or in terms of stocks. But as well, you can look at this one, April 14, what they are buying, right? Also, we have relative strength as well, which we call the power lot. What are people buying? Okay, they are buying plug at this point in time, okay, and they're also buying different stocks. So I've actually filtered all these stocks, and that is going to be on my watch list for today. Now, this is SPY. What are we talking about looking at SPY? SPY did a fantastic job last week, or this week that we just finished, by dropping so hard down to that 415 area, and then bounce right off into resistance, which is our 430. Okay, I was expecting it to really bounce, get through this trend, but it couldn't, because our next resistance was that 430. Okay, I talked about it last week. I said, if we cannot really push, we'll continue to sell right off into 415 or even 410. So right now, Friday, the market really closed at 420, which is, those that smoke weed, you understand what I'm talking about. Anyways, 420. So right now, we're expecting the market to still gain, that downward move towards 415 and hold this area as a very solid spot. But if it doesn't, I'll be expecting, that 420 to hold as a form of support. Okay, so keep an eye on it. IWM as well, we're looking at price to pull back to that 195 area as a support. This trend is now defined as our support. See if we can bounce into that area. See how we bounce into this trend? We got resisted. We actually rejected that spot and now pull back down. So looking for 195 as a support for now. QQQ as well. Right now, 350 is that area to look, but this trend is also going to act as a support for now. So keep an eye on QQQ. The first stock here is gonna be GM, General Motors. General Motors has sold off so bad right from the about $66, $68 zone just downtrending in and try to make a support around this for $44 only to fail through, right? So right now, look at it, it's still bearish looking, but see if price can continue. If price pull or push towards the 45, 46, I think we'll be out of that downtrend. So keep an eye on GM as well. Square, I've been adding to my position on Square, as $100 is going to act as a support for now. See how we're rejecting the 20 exponential moving average. So keep an eye out just to see if $100 is going to act as a support. Then we will now define our inverse head and shoulder in this game. So keep an eye out on block, which is SQ. Next one is going to be on our list, AMC. AMC right now, I don't have much to talk about AMC Entertainment. What's going on right now, we're filling this critical level, which is $15 right now. So next level of support is going to be $14. Relatively with GME right now, GameStop, we're looking at $90 in the coming weeks. So keep an eye out on that name as well. PayPal is looking solid. We've been holding this area for this week, right? We just couldn't get past the $100, guys. You know, when we tried to hold it as a support, we just couldn't. We bounced, failed, tried to hold it, we just sold off, right? Right now we're retrying that $100 and still fail. Okay, the market started dropping and all of a sudden we're pulling back down. So your $100 is going to act as a resistance. If we can cross that barrier, if we can cross that spot, then the next level, possible level, is going to be the trend 20 exponential moving average. So keep an eye on PayPal as well. On CMG, Chipotle, what I'm looking for right now is this trend break. We just couldn't break it because we got the 50 exponential moving average at that spot. Because we have this 50 exponential moving average, it's going to take more volume to push through. So our next candle will be expecting more volume. If more volume comes in, then we can push through right into 1550. But on this name, I'll be expecting reverse stock split, not reverse stock split, but I'll be expecting a stock split, which is a forward stock split in the coming days, just like Google did as well. And you know, Amazon is planning. Amazon date is slated for, I think, May 27th or so, and Google, we don't have any date yet on that. So keep an eye on CMG. Facebook as well, Meta platform. Okay, right now we're looking at a support here. If this area fails, then you're going to be looking at 185, 180 in the coming days. And also looking at Apple at this point in time. Apple right now, we have a defined support. Support right now is going to be 153.27, which is our 153 area. Okay, we can shake out weekends into 152.50, but keep an eye out and see price hold this area, which also coincide with this trend as well. So I say keep an eye out on that as well in the coming days. ENPH, guys, right now we rejected the 180 area, which is possible, right? Because every time we tap that spot, we tend to reject it. So right now we're rejecting that area into 200 moving average. So I'll be expecting 170 to hold. If 170 doesn't hold, as the market continue to push, this will gain more pressure down into our trend. Okay, so keep an eye out on ENPH. Occidental as well. This is oil and gas play. Right now we are finding difficulty in pushing through this $60 zone. Okay, so right now I think if price doesn't continue and we continue to have low volume, I'll be expecting this trend right here to fail in the coming days. So keep an eye on that. Devon Energy as well, DVN, look at this trend. This trend is your box in to see if price can really push. ExxonMobil as well, XOM, I'll be looking for 82.50 as a support. If the market pressure continues to go down and the oil's futures begin to rally, this can bounce right off. But if it doesn't, we'll be looking for 82.50 or 81 as a form of support in the coming weeks as well. JKS as well, we are selling right off. We just fell right through the 200 moving average, and right now our 45 is going to act as a support. If it doesn't by the coming trading days, then look for 42.50 as a support. Following that, we got QDEL as well. Right now we are holding this trend. $100 is trying to hold as a support, but the market came in with full force to push this down into 99.20. So keep an eye and see if price can continue to push upwards. If it doesn't and the pressure comes in with the market, I'll be expecting price to pull into 95 as a form of support. Shui as well, we're looking for support around that area, and ultimately we'll be talking about Tesla. What is Tesla doing right now? Every time Tesla gets to this level, we tend to reject it, right? Which is now acting as a trend resistance. So this downtrend at this point, we need to break right through it, and then we should be all right. Every time we get to that spot, guess what? We reject it and price push lower. Right now, we're looking at this area for price to hold as a support, which is the $800 zone. Okay, with side tap through 790 or so. So keep an eye out on this area, see if price can momentarily hold and consolidate around this area for the shoot right back up into our 200 moving average. Okay, the next one I also like to talk about is VRDN. VRDM is a therapeutics company. Right now it's been consolidating around this area. Okay, so we just bounce and drop, bounce, drop. We just bounce, drop, bounce, drop. So right now I'll be expecting price to break to $21 as well. AXSM, right now we are trying to break through this level. See the resistance, right? So right now we're trying to break through this $32 spot. If this area holds, if it reclaims, then guess what? We'll be looking to push through into 36 or even $40 in the coming days, weeks to come. So keep an eye out on that. NVDA as well. NVDA is pulling lower as the market pulls lower. Look for around 210 if pressure comes into the market. If the market continue to bounce, from this level of pullback, then we'll be looking for price to visit the 200 moving average. Now, one thing you have to understand, whenever the 20 exponential moving average crosses the 200 moving average, it is a true defined nature that price is heading lower. So this is going to be a bearish indication for price to continue to push to the low or to the downside. So be very cautious of your trade. Now, one thing you have to understand as well, if you are trading or if you're a long-term swing kind of trader or investor, you want to understand that when price pushes way far away from the 200 moving average, which is this green line, okay, if price pushes way too far, got extended too far from that level, you want to be taking profit as it goes, right? For me, what I normally do as price really extend far away from the 20 exponential moving average, I start taking profit, most especially when I start seeing double candles, like a double top or triple top, like what I call hesitation. If the stock is, or price action is beginning to hesitate, that is when I start taking some money off the table. That is a very core principle that I go by as well. So you see how we started hesitating right here, and all of a sudden we drop back down to close the 20 exponential moving average gap from there, right? Now we also, as a result, gap right up, okay, and also hesitated around this area to continue the momentum, and guess what, we push back down only to close into the 20 exponential moving average. So as a result, we'll be expecting this 20 exponential moving average to hold as a support. If price bounce up, you know, we're good, but if it got into resistance, guess what, we're gonna reject back to try and retest the 20 exponential moving average again. If price doesn't really hold, then we'll be expecting to push lower into the next support or into the next moving average support. That is how you look at it, right? So now this is for your NVIDIA, and I'm expecting price to really hold that area and then give me my 200 moving average. But right now we're looking at a bearish looking NVIDIA, unless the market decide to push higher come next week, and the 220 is going to act as a support. Sorry that took so long, right? We're also talking about Palantir as well. Palantir, at this point in time, we're looking at $12 resistance. If we can break $12, I think we can relatively push into $14 in the coming days. It does look okay that we'll not really just keep selling and selling, though this is in a downtrend looking nature, looking pattern. You see how 20 broke right through the 200 and we just started downtrending, right? So keep an eye out on that as well. Chewy, we're looking at that support like I said earlier. TDU, Trade Desk as well, we're looking at support around $55 in the coming days. So keep an eye out on that as well. DKNG, we are pushing to the low side, to the downside, and $16 right now. We're expecting this area to hold as a support for a bounce because of that trend support. CCL as well, Carnival Cruise, right now we're looking at $18 as a form of resistance. If we can break that area, we should be able to push to the upside. Disney as well, right now we have 130 as our support for now. So that area holds that I think we should be all right. Looking at Walmart is really a crazy stock, right? Right now we're trying to reclaim the 200 exponential moving average. If this area holds, then expect more to the upside. If the market pressure comes in, I'll be expecting price to pull into 140 as we go. Riven as well, ROIVN, we're looking at a breakdown right here. I talked about it last week that if we break, then we can continue to push lower or fail the $40. Right now we're failing the $40, and I think we can still continue more to the downside. Looking at Lucid Group as well, right now $20 is going to act as a support. That's what we got going on right now. If that area holds, I think I'll be expecting a bounce off this area back into the $25. But if this area doesn't hold and the market continue to push lower, expect this to really push through $20 to the downside. AMD as well, this is a long-term play. Right now I'm beginning to pick up some position around this $100. Right now $100 is going to act as a support in the coming weeks as well. We're talking about Moderna. What is Moderna? Moderna right now at this point in time is fighting this area of what? Resistance. So which also coincide with our 20 exponential moving average. Remember when I talked about 20 exponential or 50 exponential moving average crossing the 200 moving average? That is what happened right now. Look at how that happened, and then boom to the downside. If you say no, that is not true. Now let's take a look at ABBV. Okay, this is also trending higher. Okay, ABBV, which is ABVI, is trending higher. And guess what is happening to the market? The market is trending lower. We're pushing lower in the market, but guess what? ABVI is going up. Look at what happened, how we kind of like really started pushing, and guess where the stock found support? The stock found support right at the 20 exponential moving average. 20 exponential moving average. All the way through right now, still finding support. If and only if this price breaks the 20 exponential moving average, your next support is going to be the 50 exponential moving average. So that is where you want to keep your eye out on. That is what you want to look and say, hey, if I get in here at this 150, where will my stop loss be? Your stop loss will be at or below the 20 exponential moving average if you're looking at previous action, previous way of dealing with this stock. It's also good to keep trading one stock all over and over again, and you will understand how the stock trades, how the stock moves. Right now we're looking at ABVI as other stocks as well. Also, I will be talking about, I will be posting more on Twitter because we don't have time right now. I'll be posting most of this stock like Lemonade, Matterport, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, Oracle, Microsoft, Blink, or even CrowdStrike as well, because of the issue with cyber and all those good stuff. Also, Zoom as well. As Zoom right now, we have 200% right down from the recent highs. So we've sold drastically off in this particular stock. Guys, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for your time. If you have any questions, concern, you can email me at tradingsuccessshow@gmail.com. Have a fantastic weekend, guys. Peace and love. Bye bye.